Hello, hennies. Listen, I can provide context this entire... Wait, my room sounds really echoey with them curtains open, actually. I will provide context in 1 minute. I am back with the context. I've killed a lot of Sims in my time.
Nothing new to me, darling.
It's why am I laughing? It's not funny. Don't murder people.
It's not my first rodeo.
And also, I've made questionable circumstances for my Sims to die. So all in all, I'm very well versed with death and the Sims. For me, it's one and the same, my loves. It's one and the same. Death, Sims, synonyms. Simmer Sims. Simmer Sims. Anyway, moving on from that. I have a lot of challenges that involves death. And I want to know, do Sims actually want to die? And listen, I don't mean like, do my Sims need to go and talk to somebody and stuff like that. I don't mean in that kind of way. I just literally mean like, are they stupid? Are they stupid and do they walk willingly to their death? That's what I want to find out today. I have decided to conduct some research. This is perhaps a social experiment. I'm a multifaceted channel. I don't really like going out and conducting research. I find it quite tedious in terms of practical research, which is why I think genuinely I'm putting off getting a PhD, although I would like to get my doctorate. I just couldn't be arsed with the research. It's not for me. I've decided to do research in The Sims anyway. So what I decided to do, because the main thing my Sims die from is cooking, because they're all stupid bastards and go to cook without actually having a skill. I wanted to test how drawn Sims were to risk and fire and death. Death. Have I said it enough this video? Death. We're going to start off with The Sims 1.
Death, death, death.
So basically in The Sims 1, what I done is I made one man called One. I gave him just absolutely no personality points because you don't get to have personality in 2020. It was just basic, didn't give him a description. And then I made a duplicate version of him called Two because I'm original. What about it? And that is basically a duplicate of him, the exact same. And then I made two females because females have rights in 2020 and that also means rights to die. So I made Uno, and then I didn't really know the Spanish word for two. England's school system does not really do well at teaching foreign languages. I'm sorry, and it is something that we definitely need to change. English schools aren't good at it. So I put two but in Spanish.
Here we go!
And then for the build, I decided to make basically a large room. It's kind of separated off, but it's still basically one big large room for both the female and male test subject. Kind of like two rooms, but it's one big room. Like the Sim registers it as one room. And in these rooms, I put the exact same things on either side, like the same cooking things, the same furniture, the same everything. Every single thing is the same on both sides and for in each room. But the only difference is on one side of the room, I also put a smoke alarm, and then the test begun to see whether or not my Sims wanted to die.
Am I gonna die?
My name is Foxy.
I learned, my lovelies. I learned so many lessons during this. Mainly being that in The Sims 1, your Sims are actually kind of smart, and I did find that my Sims in The Sims 1 did gravitate towards the oven with the smoke alarm the most. So I'm very happy to report back to you, my loves, that in The Sims 1, your Sims don't actually want to die, and I am so proud of them for doing that. It's also quite ironic considering that like they also autonomously go to make food without having a cooking skill, which then can lead to the death. But I mean, thankfully we've got a smoke alarm and stuff like that. But like in this context, they don't want to die. But on the broader sense, who is to know? Honestly, I hope they're all right.
Death, death, death.
Then we move on to Sims 2, and Sims 2 is exactly the same, but there is differences within the Sims 2. So in the Sims 2, we have aspirations, we have the turn on, turn off system, and you have star signs as well. Someone left a comment on my video the other day saying, "You absolute psychopath, I'm unsubscribing because you subscribe to horoscopes." I only said I cry a lot because I'm a Cancer baby, but okay, nice knowing you. I've done basically the exact same thing. I think they look different in the Sims 2, but just because it's really hard to create like look-alike duplicates. But underneath aesthetics, which is where it really matters, do you know what I mean? It's what's on the inside that counts, my friends.
It's not the peel, it's the nana.
They are basically the exact same. So there I have my family. So in The Sims 2, I basically recreate the exact same system with the same, you know, thingy on one side, thingy on the other, and basically The Sims 2 threw me for a loop.
Am I gonna die?
My name is Foxy.
I didn't quite know what to make of The Sims 2 because on the one hand, my Sims wanted to die desperately and they wanted to have that sweet release of death. And then on the other hand, they just carried on and carried on and carried on, and for a while, I feel awful for saying this, truly my darlings, I thought they wouldn't die. It was a real struggle to get them to die, but what even confused me the most is that my test subjects died before the main ones. They were supposed to be my backup, so anyway, one of them died pretty quickly in a fire, I'm pretty sure, but then the other one was always on the verge of death. Like literally everything was down low and I thought, this is it, this is going to be the moment where they regretfully go. And we are regretfully going to have to say goodbye, regretfully. But regretfully, The Sims 2 Sims are kind of smart in a way. And just when he was on that brink of death, he'd go and get a little bit of a nibble out of the fridge. But he's also stupid because I did start being kinder in these ones and I started putting bins about. And this man was not raised properly. He basically lived in filth. And honestly, there was a time there where I thought the flies might get him before the hunger does. But thankfully, he did die. But yeah, once you kill every single Sim in your world, the whole killing Sims is just an average day for me, lovey, so sorry if I'm not that empathetic. The Sims 2 was exactly as chaotic as I expected it to be. It didn't really give me a proper reading because honestly I don't know, because one lass died within the first 5 minutes and then the other lad, honestly, it's the new Jesus, he was resurrected 1,000,000 times over. Jesus, step aside honey, we've got a new prophet in town.
Death, death, death.
And then we move on to The Sims 3. Now The Sims 3 Create Sim, honestly, has this amazing feature where you can just click make a twin. So making 1 uno and 2 in Spanish was amazingly easy. To see me not suffer was lovely, darling. And then obviously we recreated the exact same house system.
Am I gonna die?
My name is Boxy.
The Sims in The Sims 3, listen, I don't think they wanted to die, but they weren't necessarily smart about it because then we had things like quick meals, which we did kind of have in The Sims 1 and The Sims 2. But then in The Sims 3, they'd just go pick a snack out of the fridge and then they just wouldn't die. So I couldn't even get them to the point of actually cooking on the oven to see which one they gravitate to. No, they don't want to die, but they don't exactly want to live either. They're not necessarily happy about the life. They're not welcoming life with opening arms, do you know what I mean? They're just sailing through, not having a good time, not having a bad time, just having a time. Neutral.
Death, death, death.
Again, same process, making the exact same Sims, exact same traits. This one was a bit long-winded actually. The Sims 3 Create Sim was somehow easier to make a twin.
Am I gonna die?
My name is Boxy.
The Sims 4, honestly, it's not necessarily The Sims 4's fault. It's more the world's fault. Yeah, I'm blaming the world. I'm walking about with a chip on my shoulder. Let me have it. The Sims 4 Sims. And I was quite surprised by this, to be honest, because I did do the challenge of The Sims 4 in expert mode. And I actually had great results, and I was really surprised by the chaoticness and sporadicness of the Sims and the deaths. But I expected some kind of that level in this one. Did not happen, lovies, because The Sims 4 is a 21st century girl, if ever I did see one. And it is up to date with technology, my love. So all my Sims, they have smartphones. They're more asked about updating the Simder than they are about eating. So all my Sims done was fall flat on the face and fall asleep, wake up, send a text saying, oh my god, can't believe I just fell asleep on the floor, lol. So random. And then maybe grab a quick meal again and again and again and again and again and again and again. And this was probably the most boring one to watch. It was literally Groundhog Day. It is a good film, but I wouldn't necessarily want to live it. Do you know what I mean? And I lived it with this experience. So The Sims 4 Sims are zombies, and that's that. I broke my system. I'm sorry. I am sorry to this man. I know I should not break the system, because the whole thing of like testing things that you can't break the system, otherwise you get faulty results. But honestly, they were so zombified, right? I actually got the other test subjects and teleported them in just so that I'd have someone to talk to other than the mobile phone, because it was scary, love. And I'll tell you why it was scary. I was like looking in a fucking mirror, and I wasn't exactly happy about that fact. So you know what? Yeah, I did cheat a little bit. Not cheat. I did bend the rules. Rules are meant to be broken, my lovelies. That was very dramatic, I'm sorry. So basically my intention throughout this entire video was to test how badly Sims actually wanted to die, and my results were as follows. In The Sims 1, they actually kind of wanted to survive. In The Sims 2, they wanted to both die and survive at the same time, and I love that versatility, my lovelies. Never have the same shit twice in The Sims 2. In The Sims 3, they didn't want to survive, but then didn't necessarily want to die either. The Sims 3 is going through its teenage years. And then The Sims 4 ended up being a great look at reality and how dependent we are upon technology. And I'm not gonna lie, honeys, I do be quite liking it here. Like, no complaints from me, do you know what I mean? Not necessarily the ending I expected, but that is basically my summary. Do Sims want to die? Sometimes. Sometimes. Thank you all very, very much for watching this video. Let me know any other video ideas you want me to test down below, and I will get around to them. I love doing videos like this, and I'm always open to suggestions. So thank you all very, very much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Do I go bitch or guys route? Bye bitch. I went the bitch route. Just listening to something spicy after watching that abysmal performance from The Sims 4.